That, son, is how the pygmy Tyrannosaurus Rex went extinct. Guess it's time for you to go to bed. And it's time for Ed Tech Talk with Mr. Dan. I'm Mr. Dan. How are you? The first thing you need to know about Google Slides is what they are. What they are is Google's version of Microsoft Office PowerPoint presentations. Now, they're not quite as sophisticated looking. The interface isn't as slick and you can't do quite as much with them as you can with a PowerPoint presentation. But the big advantage of Google Slides is that it's online, and just like all these Google applications, it's collaborative, meaning you can have up to 50 people, I think, working on it at the same time, and 200 or so the ability to get in there at other times. It's an amazingly fun thing to do with your students, to have them in groups working on electronic ebooks or whatever you want to call them, slideshows, and they're published instantly to the internet, so grandma, grandpa back in the States, or uncle whatever living in China, whatever, they can log on and see it. You can embed videos, you can embed photos, you can embed their own work, Google Docs, etc. It's a lot of fun. The one thing you can't do in Google Slides that I wish you could is embed sound into a slide. There's workarounds. You can put in a link to another page that has the sound, for example, or play a YouTube video with the sound in the background, or in a blank page covered up with something, but it's kind of goofy and you shouldn't have to go through all that. Anyways, let's take a look at it. Hold on, and we'll get this thing rolling. I'm going to get the open broadcaster going here. Start recording now. And here we go. I'm going to go into my slides folder that's here in my Google Drive. And we will just go right click, new file, Google Slides. It's a yellow box with a white box inside it. Or a yellow frame, you might say. Okay, then we wait. Again, it's cloud-based, so sometimes it takes a little bit of time to load in. Here's our interface. It looks very much like a PowerPoint slide at this point. You pick a template to begin with. I'm kind of partial to this one, I don't know why. Western template. And we wait some more. Here we go. Okay, and like any of these, you can put in a title like sample slide show by Mr. Dan. We want to add a slide. We come up here, go add new slide, and there we go, on down. And let's say I want to insert a picture on this one, so we go insert image. Okay, here we have this, I can take a snapshot with my face cam. I can go put in a URL. I can check through my Google albums, files on my Google Drive. I can upload an image, or I can search. I always like to search because I like the Google searches for images. Maybe I want to put a picture of a dog on here. Oh, what a mean looking dog. I want a nice dog. Let's see if I can find a picture of a dog that looks like my old Mongo. He was sort of a golden retriever, Labrador kind of mutt. White dog. Something like that. Anyway, I like these guys. Put him on here. There's some nice looking dogs. And we can reshape this, resize it, spin it around. Now the crop tool in here is a little goofy. Not quite your standard crop tool setup. You do this and you click on this tool here, called the crop image, and you get a frame that you adjust with blackish handles. And then you click on it a second time and it crops it down. It took me a little bit of time to figure out because I'd never found any directions for it. That's how you do that. Now, we can add hypertext in here. Let's say I want to, I don't know, let's see, maybe I want to go to a YouTube button. So, click here, videos. Okay, so we highlight it. And we use the insert link button, and you get the option to go to other slides in this presentation. It'll try to automatically find some things based on your text. In this case, it did a pretty good job because it found YouTube. And down here, well, these are other slideshows that I have. Anyways, we found YouTube, we'll do that, we apply it, and now it's a hyperlink that'll take us out of our Google slideshow and off to YouTube. Alright, I could make a go back button, pretty simple, a go back link, not really a button, and do the same thing. This time we'll go to slides in this presentation and we'll go to the first slide and apply it. What else can I share? Let's add another slide. Well, you can duplicate slides, you delete slides. Let's change the background on here. Now I can change the color. Let's make purple. Ooh. Nice. And let's see, we go back, change that background. I can pick an image for the background. Again, we get the same options. I'm going to upload an image this time. I don't know what, maybe this one should go pretty quickly. It doesn't look like it's going at all. Cloud-based, gotta love it. You don't have to save in Google Slides. It automatically does all its saving. Every few keystrokes it saves. Okay, I think we're done uploading. When's it gonna kick in? Done. Well, it's going to take a second for it to come in, but we should see this background fill in with the picture. There it goes. Yay, and that's kind of cool. Colors match pretty well with this jagged light blue thing here. Alright, so there we go. We can also add shapes. I like to make my buttons with this thing here. I can make nice buttons that you can fill with different colors and then link them. Let's say make this a go back button, or main menu button, something like that. So we'll go to first slide, apply, and now I'll put a little text field on it. Say main menu, something like that. That looks pretty good. Now to test these things out, you go to present, and okay, I clicked on the text field, which isn't linked, so I have to click off of it. Okay, it takes me back here. Exit, you come back to your editing. I saw that that needs to have a link on it too, so we'll add the link. Now this is frustrating to me. When you have a button down at the bottom of the page, as you often do, and you decide to put your link in, you can never see all the options here. So what you don't have to, but what I end up doing is come up here, add the link, and apply, and now move it back down. They shouldn't do it. The menu should know if it's at the bottom to pop upward, but it's just one of the little quirky things that you have to kind of figure out how to work around in Google. Now when I go to present, I can test it again. Oh, and now it works. Pretty simple. Let's make a slide with a video on it. And you can move these slides around here. You see that came up number 2. Maybe I want to make that number 3 slide, so I'll just jump down here. You click on it, it appears over here in the main editing window, and we will insert a video. What should I put in here? Let's try EdTech with Mr. Dan. Let's see what type of videos come up. You can search like this. You can put URLs in also. Let's see. We'll do the intro on sites video that I finished a few weeks ago. I'll pop that in. And there's the video. And this can be stretched and shrank, whatever. Put several videos on one card if you like. One slide. What else can you insert? Well, you got your shapes, you got lines, you got word art. We've already done images, a text box. It says slide numbers. You can put numbers on slides, I guess. You see a little 3 down here. Here's your comment button, as it is on all the Google apps. If you're working with somebody, you want to say, hey, what do you think of this? And then you say comment. And when they log on and see this, they'll see your little question or your comment, and they can add to it. If you're not sure on how to do the collaboration stuff, you might want to check my video on collaborating on a Google Drawing. Now let's give this a name. Just give it a slide sample name. What else can I show you? Well, let's publish the darn thing. Publish to the web. Bingo. And we have have some choices here. Do we want to have it auto advance? If we do, we can change it from every 3 seconds to some options here. We can have it start a slideshow as soon as it's loaded. And we can have it recycle, restart the slideshow after the last slide, so it just cycles around like a kiosk kind of thing. I don't want any of that. I'm just going to publish it. It's publishing, and now it has a URL. And if you follow that URL, you will come to this silly little slideshow. Pretty simple. Let's try downloading this and see if it looks, I know it's real simple, but let's just download it to my local hard drive. And we have the choice Microsoft PowerPoint, or it can be converted to a PDF document, and or JPEG image. I imagine it's just whatever. Not really sure what happens there, if it does a JPEG image for each slide, perhaps. Well, we can try both. Let's try the PowerPoint first. There it goes. I have noticed a lot of times when you upload a PowerPoint or download a Google, you lose your links. Everything will be there, but the links might get scrambled. Sometimes. I've had that happen. Now let's download it as a JPEG and see what we get when we do that. Okay, let's check out our download folder. Yeah, it just takes the current slide that's being presented in the main editing window and downloads it. You don't get a series of pictures apparently. Now let's check out the PowerPoint version of it. Okay, it looks almost identical. Let's see, on the slideshow, can we take this from the beginning? Does the main menu button work? No, it does not. It takes you to the next one. So we did lose a link there. Just be aware of that. So if you do your work in PowerPoint and upload it, reestablish your links, and versa versa. If you download it from Google to a PowerPoint, you might need to reestablish your links. Check it out. Make sure you're not linkless. Okay. I think that's about it. There's not much to this. Let's see. Oh, one more thing. Just a little bit about layers. If we put things, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Come on. Okay, I'm just going to delete this. I don't need it. Why am I fussing with it? Cut that thing out there. Alright, I want this. If I put that on my doggies, they're right there. These are layers. I have my background layer, which is part of the card actually. Then I have a picture layer, then I have a red rectangle layer, and on top of that is a text layer. I can select layers like the dogs, and under arrange order I can send them forward, bring them back. If I bring it front, it'll cover up the button. I can send it back one layer at a time. I think I just sent it back. And there's Control-Shift buttons and stuff to help with this. There, it's behind the text field, but on top of the red rectangle. Send it back a little further. Now we're back. One thing I noticed, a trick that I'll show you, if we go to present, anywhere on here you click will take you to the next slide. I've had a slideshow. I was trying to make slideshow that was actually a class where you followed links, and I didn't want you to click on the slide and move to the next thing. So what I ended up doing is making a giant invisible block, basically, that covered the whole slide. Like that, and then I made it clear, and I made it a button. That would link back to itself. So this is the first slide or whatever, so I would have it linked to itself. Then I put the active buttons to take you wherever I wanted you to on top of it. Just a trick in case you ever find yourself in that situation. I think that's it, guys and gals. I think we're done. Questions? Good. If you do have any questions, seriously, you can write me at that email address, and I'll be glad to try and answer it. Until next time, this is Mr. Dan. Bye-bye.